Hey guys, what's up? Lewin here at Garageband and Beyond. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different, and this is per request. This is my 1979 Fender Rhodes. This is a Mark II 73. This is the first year that this particular model came out. There was a few changes when they made this one. Big change was that the keys on this one are plastic instead of wood. They just are more durable over time. If this was something you were touring with, wooden keys are, susceptible to weather changes and all sorts of stuff, so they would become sticky and delaminate, and the keys, the white parts would peel off and all that kind of stuff. So they just switched to making plastic ones, and depending on who you're talking to, it's a big deal or not. I don't really think it's a huge deal. I owned this a long time ago when I lived in New Mexico. My house burned down, and I'll show you some of the burn marks. Even you can see some of it peeling right over there. But anyway, the house burned down. I had to sell everything after that to get money to buy clothes and stuff. And this was one of the items that I sold reluctantly. Then almost 10, 11 years later, I found it just randomly for sale on eBay, and I bought it back from the guy who was selling it. So I got it back to me, and so I have a personal history with this particular keyboard, and that's always nice. But anyway, let's just talk about how it works, and let's take a closer look, all right? Right, and just so you know, I do have it plugged into my deluxe reverb right here. This is my little Fender Deluxe reverb. I've made videos on that. It's customized. If you're curious about custom amping, making your amp custom, check out my video about that. Anyway, so here's the face of it. We have a bass boost control and a volume control, and that's it. One of the things that I've always thought was sort of interesting about this particular keyboard is the fact that you do not have to plug it into the wall at all. All of the power you get, all of the power it requires, comes from the guitar cable, just like your electric guitar, because there's only these little pickups, and I'm gonna try to point these things out carefully too. So the white, sort of creamy white colored things down there, those are the actual pickups, and you can sort of see a little circular end of it there, and those are all 88 pickups, and that one line level cable is able to power all of them, which I've always thought was pretty cool. So now if you don't know, the way this works is if you look underneath these big metal tines here, if you look underneath there, let's see if I can get a good shot for you. You should be able to see there are smaller metal tines, metal bars in between there, or underneath them rather. You can see this spring's a little corroded, so it's a little yellowy, but that little spring right there, you can move it back and forth, and that's one of the ways that you tune it. These screws are used for voicing it and just getting the sound right. But anyway, so when you hit the key, the hammer there, that black thing popping up, is actually striking the little tiny metal bar underneath. Now, what happens is that little bar gets hit by the hammer, and then it vibrates, and the vibrations come up through these screws. And this guy here, these top tines, these also vibrate sympathetically. They're never actually struck by the hammer, but they do in fact vibrate. So it's pretty cool, and it's one of the ways, just one of the ways you get this awesome sound. Sorry, my playing stinks, but I'm one hand on the camera. But anyway, let's listen to it a little bit. It's a beautiful sound. You've probably heard it. Now, some of you might have noticed at this point that some of these bars are a little bit uneven, and there's a few problems with the sound. When this was shipped to me, UPS beat the hell out of it, and I had to do a lot of repair to get it to where it is now, so it's usable. For my purposes, I will be sending it to a keyboard place in New Jersey to restore it. I think it's just called Vintage Keyboards, but they have an awesome YouTube channel if you're curious about these. Check out the Vintage Keyboard YouTube channel. But anyway, yeah, this is, will one day go in and be fully restored. But it's a pretty cool old girl. I love this keyboard, although I'm older than it, so let's not call it old yet. It does have a sustain pedal. It's a little messy under here. There's a pedal right there. And the cool thing about this is actually, if you see this bar right here, this bar is going up into the keyboard itself, and it just sort of goes pressed in there. And when you hit the pedal, if I can find it, you can see, boom, all of the pads, all the dampers removed from the tines underneath. So, you get the sustain, right? One thing too is if you're interested in these keyboards, they make a few different versions. They do make just like a little bass octave one, which I've always thought was kind of cool because these bass sounds are right, they're cool, and I've definitely used those for making cool sounding bass tracks. And they make a shorter version of this. I think it's a 56 key. I said 88 before. I know this is actually only 73. Yeah, this is the 73 keyed version, not the 88. But anyway, yeah, I love this keyboard. I've had it for a long time. Total time, probably 6 years now, maybe more. But it's a great thing. If you're ever looking for them, they do exist out there. They're not the cheapest keyboards of the vintage keyboards to buy, but they're great. And every now and then you do see them. I still see them in pawn shops for like $300 or $400 because people don't know what they have. So yeah, check them out, you guys. It's awesome. All right, well, I think that pretty much covers everything I needed to talk about. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. If I missed anything, sorry about that. This is just a brief overview of my personal Rhodes, not really a history on the Rhodes itself. But this thing, you've heard it on like Stevie Wonder recordings and Ray Charles and countless others. Jamiroquai, and so many people have used the Rhodes. It's such a famous sound. It's really awesome to have one in my studio. So yeah, you should get one if you're looking for one. They're fun. All right. You guys have a great day. Oh, please subscribe to my channel. Check out all my other videos. I've made tons of videos, and I would really love it if you check those out too. And that's it. So see you on Facebook or Twitter or wherever you are online when you're not on YouTube. All right. Peace.